On November 5th, 2024,
Here's how bad it is. Trump's cognitive decline has reached the point where Tiny Fingers is barely hanging on to reality, and it's freaking Republicans out. So Fox News attacks Biden's mental state by making up stories and editing video, and then admitting to their audiences they're too stupid to know the difference.
If you watch those videos and you don't know anything about politics, you can't fake that. You can't unsee that.
But does any of this surprise you? They lied about the election, they lied about the insurrection, and they lie about the rest of it. Republicans care more about Trump than they do for their own country.
That it tells you everything that we need to know about how desperate Republicans are here. Instead of talking about the president's performance in office, and what I mean by that is his legislative wins, what he's been able to do for the American people across the country, we're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos.
So why are Fox and Republicans lying about Biden? Because they have nothing else. The videos are called cheap fakes, which is also our nickname for Fox and Friends.
How weird is that?
And here's what they are and what they do.
The Washington Post has reported about how these cheap fakes were used to attack Biden during his recent trip to Normandy. And we showed you last week the Trump campaign sharing a clip which appeared to show President Biden at the G7 summit wandering off from other world leaders before the Italian prime minister comes over to alert him about a group photo. But when you see the video from a different angle, you see the whole story. After a skydiver landed in front of the president and other leaders, President Biden turns to his left where there are troops. The president appears to say something to them and gives them the thumbs up before he's tapped on the arm by the Italian prime minister. As these cheap fakes continue to circulate, there is growing concern that attempts to fact-check them may not be able to keep up.
But come on, are you surprised? Trump lies over 30,000 times in the last 8 years, and Fox follows right along like a lost puppy, taking a video and editing it to make something appear to happen which never happened. That's a lie, and they know it's a lie. They know Trump's whole message has been a lie, and they also know this. It's how you win elections.
Are they upset that Obama had to help? What is the other option? It is let him stay on stage.
People were upset they reached and grabbed his wrist.
Yeah, why did Obama do that?
That was a little much.
If I was at the White House, I would be steamed that former President Obama did that because now everybody's talking about it.
That's not Obama helping Biden off stage. It's a friend doing what friends do. Obama's affection for Joe is unknown in the Trump world because everyone knows that Trump is a sociopath. No one wants to touch him, especially her. Trump has turned on every Republican who has supported him. The list goes from Kelly, Tillerson, Espers, Milley, McEnany, Huckabee Sanders, Kellyanne, McConnell, Cruz, Rand Paul, and Rubio.
Alternative facts.
One thing I can promise you this: I will always tell you the truth.
The cheap fakes of Biden exist for one reason. The truth and Trump are mortal enemies.
And I just say very simply, why doesn't he show his birth certificate?
Republicans knew Obama was born here, but they lied.
Why is it disloyal to side with Russia?
Republicans knew Russians hacked the election, and they're still interfering.
There was no collusion at all.
Those comments coming on the heels of last week's grand jury indictment of 12 Russian intelligence officers for their alleged roles in committing cyber crimes to interfere in the 2016 elections.
The indictment charges 12 Russian military officers by name for conspiring to interfere with the 2016 presidential election.
He told Julia Yaffe, quote, "I think Russian propaganda has made its way into the United States, unfortunately, and it's infected a good chunk of my party's base." He singled out primetime shows on conservative channels. Do you agree with him? And how big is this problem?
Oh, it is absolutely true.
Republicans knew Hillary wasn't committing crimes. How? Republican-led congressional committees investigated her 3 times. Whitewater, Benghazi, and the emails, and they found nothing.
Hillary Clinton, I didn't say lock her up.
Lock her up is right.
I didn't say lock her up.
For what she's done, they should lock her up.
I didn't say lock her up.
Crooked, you should lock her up.
I didn't say lock her up.
Lock up Hillary.
They knew Trump extorted Zelensky to try and smear Biden. They knew Rudy and Lev Parnas tried to manufacture crimes against Biden and couldn't. So they lied.
Talk all you want about Russia, which was all a, fake news fabricated deal.
Trump lied about the virus and the vax.
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
And of course, the election, which 60 federal courts said was 100% legit. But lie after lie followed.
President Trump answered questions from reporters for the first time since Election Day and still refuses to acknowledge the loss.
It's going to be a very hard thing to concede, because we know there was massive fraud.
However, the president did say he will leave the White House on January 20th if the Electoral College votes for President-elect Joe Biden on December 14th.
Certainly I will, and you know that.
To the Capitol!
So am I surprised that instead of focusing on their candidate, a stumbling, drooling sociopath, a man who has viciously attacked women, minorities, religion, and is a stone-cold narcissist?
You know, they were so worried, everybody was so worried yesterday about you. And they never mentioned me. I'm up here sweating like a dog. Secret Service said, we have to make sure everyone's safe. I said, what about me?
He has a cognitive disorder.
They don't think about me. I'm working my ass off. I'm working hard.
Republicans instead attack Biden. And of course, they lie.
All of a sudden, this guy is like amped. On speed or something.
After Biden destroyed at the State of the Union, they said he was on drugs. A lie, but it's actually funny and sad. For the record, there are no drugs that can make someone with dementia normal, or Trump would be eating them like M&Ms. And implying that Biden was on drugs shows you how weak their hand is. Republicans know that any discussion regarding Trump will always focus on his rapidly faltering mental acuity, so they can't go there. Instead, they clip together images of Biden walking, implying with the edits that he's mentally incapable. But of course he is capable, because when Biden speaks, he makes sense. You don't have to agree with him. You don't have to agree with what he's saying, but it's not this.
These are sick people, and I hope the military, by the way, isn't that breeze nice? Do you feel the breeze? Because I don't want anybody going on me. We need every voter. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care. Never fight uphill, me boys. Never fight uphill. They were fighting uphill. He said, wow.
I get it. Republicans have to lie about Biden because the truth about Donnie Diaper is brutal. Recently, he met with CEOs, and they all spoke off the record saying he had no idea what he was talking about.
Because I know what Mr. Trump is. He is a racist, he is a con man, and he is a cheat.
Someone in the Republican Party is up all night on an editing machine trying to make Biden look feeble. And yes, he's no track star, but come on. Trump is one bowel movement away from a massive stroke. And he's not exactly Usain Bolt. But ask yourself, do you want a mentally clear older man who walks carefully or a delusional psychopath? But here's a prediction.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
At next week's debates, Biden won't crush Trump like many of you expect, because Trump's not going to show. They'll make excuses of how it's unfair or rigged or some BS, but everyone will know the truth. Trump's falling, and he can't get up. And we don't need to fake that.
Damn right.
Who's with me? We could very well have a sitting president under felony indictment.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
Am I wrong?
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I'm Chip Franklin.